Alright guys, game number 1, mYinsanity versus the Sandwich Monkeys, another best of 3 series here at the last qualifier for Katowice. Of course, once again, Li Ming is banned today. She's still banned. Blizzard said they don't want her in today's tournament, but she will be allowed for the finals in Katowice. And also, Stitches is banned. Stitches was banned because there's currently a bug with his hook that it can apparently cause huge lag spikes for the opponent in particular, so Stitches is not allowed today. Greymane, on the other hand, a hero that was banned out in the past, has now been fixed in the last mini patch by Blizzard, and therefore he is back to business with all of his talents. Perfect aim has been fixed, all good right now. So mYinsanity versus Sandwich Monkeys, we're currently looking at the semifinal of the winner bracket. This qualifier has only 8 teams, and well, we have a double elimination system, meaning we have a winner bracket and a losers bracket. Falstad currently banned out by mYinsanity. The Sandwich Monkeys, well, they can think about a ban on Zagara, on Thrall. We have like a lot of heroes that are extremely highly valued by the teams still. Khaldor has seen a couple of nerfs too, and he is still being picked. So for example, Arcane Barrier is a little bit weaker than it was before. We had also an increase on his Pyroblast damage, but also a double, like the cooldown got doubled. And Khaldor's like overall is now a bit weaker. Gravity Lapse, for example, does do less stun than before. 1 second is at 1.5. And look at that, an ETC ban, and now we are up for the races, because now we have ETC taken out, but we have Rhaegar, Zagara, Thrall. They're all still in. You can all still pick them, so this is going to be absolutely amazing. We currently have Rhaegar already taken, and we could now see Zagara maybe together with Thrall on the first pick. So the Infernal Shrines is of course a lot about the map vision as well, and if you then look at the map here, you can really get a lot of value out of it. But Leoric is locked down for AoE damage here early on already. The Sandwich Monkeys, that is an interesting first pick. It's been ages since I've seen Leoric being picked this early in the draft, so that's a little bit surprising to me to actually see them going for an Leoric this soon. I'm a little bit surprised, and I'm wondering what kind of thought process is behind that. So I'm very eager to see what kind of heroes they're going to choose next in the draft. Khaldor's Weird Tornado, a.k.a. True Wacky Gamer. Thanks, bro. And the Jaina. Jaina buffed, of course, and therefore we have her a little bit stronger now as well. So yeah, interesting start into the draft here. Very interesting.
I'm this guy that makes up weird messages about Khaldor's body parts. I am the guy people like to copy and pretend to be me. I am the one and only weird donator. Leave the chibi, less than 3 TWG.
A little bit of a Darkwing Duck reference there, I think. Well, we have, as I said, we have Jaina now being also taken. And that leaves Zagara, that leaves Thrall, and we could see double Orc right now. We could really see the Orc duo with Rhaegar and Thrall, and hell yeah, there he is. So that didn't really surprise me much. Now the only question, are they going to lock down Zagara as well, yes or no? At this point, you could think about going into a frontliner first. ETC banned, Leoric taken. Then we have 2 bans coming in, plus a double pick for the Sandwich Monkeys. I would probably play it safe and pick a frontliner. Maybe that Muradin here. Or they go for Diablo. Yeah, Sundering into Apocalypse can be very strong, and that is actually something that you could use there. Diablo would work. You could go into Muradin. Diablo would work. You could go into a Johanna here. All of them very viable. So they decide to go Diablo first of all. And with Thrall, this is going to be a super interesting start into this draft right now. Because the Sandwich Monkeys, I mean, what are you banning out at this point? You can ban, of course, another frontliner. You can start to really take a few of these tanks away from mYinsanity, since it's very unlikely that they're going to run with Diablo as the only frontliner here. A Tassadar would also work very well. Then they would more or less have to play Diablo as the only frontliner if mYinsanity really wants to go for Tassadar here. Tassadar would help out with Thrall. I mean, Rhaegar plus Tassadar is really going to keep Thrall safe, and should also be enough to really keep Diablo safe too. Diablo is, you can play him as a, like, as I said in the past, I'm not a huge fan of Diablo as a solo frontliner, but with the Thrall together and good support behind you, you can make that happen, so that really works. We have Khaldor being banned out first of all, so they make sure that Khaldor isn't taken, and now we have a Cho'Gall ban. mYinsanity and also the Sandwich Monkeys, they have been playing Cho'Gall a couple of times recently, and with the setup that the Sandwich Monkeys are using here, that would actually work. That would be one of the reasons why you pick an early Leoric. I mean, you could ban Leoric out as well if you really want to play a Cho'Gall, but if you want to play Cho'Gall, one of the biggest problems that you of course have to face is the potential Leoric, since that Drain Hope can just like diminish, like take down your hit make points super fast. So mYinsanity here playing it safe. They're saying, hey, you are starting to take heroes away that are good against Cho'Gall. Let's make sure that you're not going to pick him. We ban him out. So it's actually like a smart thought process that mYinsanity has here, especially since they are one of the teams that play a lot of Cho'Gall. They, of course, know exactly what kind of pick and ban patterns would work against him. The Sandwich Monkeys now with the Zagara pick, very, very late in the game. I mean, we've seen her banned out first in a few of the games even before. So they go into that Tassadar too, taking it away from mYinsanity. And in my personal opinion, it now forces mYinsanity into a second frontliner. Thrall plus Diablo can work. I would think so that you would add another frontliner there. Nope, Vala and Greymane it is. They rely on Thrall plus Diablo. Can work. Thrall Diablo is not alone here. He has someone to peel a little bit at the front lines together with him, so that works. Ancestral healing is there. So I'm much happier with this particular Diablo combination or composition than with the ones that we've seen so far before, where Diablo was just like wrecked in the late game. He still has to be careful, but it is something that they can make work. And mYinsanity has been playing with Greymane in nearly every single game where they could get him through the draft. I mean, Nurok has picked it in the last qualifier. He's been picking the hero in this one now too. And the Sandwich Monkeys, they complement their own draft with the Sonya. And note again that Sandwich Monkeys are actually playing this with a Tassadar as a solo support. And that is something that they have been doing consistently over the last few weeks. They have Leoric with a lot of self-sustain. They have Sonya with a ferocious healing. They could go into rapid incubation on Zagara if they wanted to. And Jaina, well, she doesn't really have too much here. Could theoretically think about going into a Frost Armor level 7, which I kind of doubt, but still it's something that they could think about if they feel that they need something to keep her alive here. Solid setup here for the two teams in our first game. We're going to jump in. Infernal Shrines is map number 1. mYinsanity and Sandwich Monkeys at the semifinal here, the last chance qualifier before we are moving into the winner bracket final. Game number 1, everybody, has started in our semi-final here at the winner bracket of the End of the Storm last chance qualifier for Katowice. We currently have to the left side of the map mYinsanity. Again, they are playing with Darkmok on Thrall. We're seeing Blumby on Diablo, Splendor on Rhaegar, Nurok on Greymane, and Hazops is this time playing Vala. To the right side of the map, we have their opponents. It's the Sandwich Monkeys with Sport Billy on Tassadar, Zarmany on Jaina, ADRD plays Zagara, Snow on Sonya, and BKB on Leoric. It was a pretty fun draft. The threat of a Cho'Gall has been eliminated by a ban on the side of mYinsanity. Well, for now you can also see a few of the adjustments here with the level 1 talents very early on. We're seeing Devil's Due now taken over the Soul Feast for Diablo, which makes sense considering that Diablo is more or less the only tank in the setup. Of course, he has Thrall to help him out the front line a little bit, but still Blumby is very likely to die a couple of times here, so having the Devil's Due is going to bring him back into the match much faster. The rest of the builds, more or less what you would expect, maybe with the exception of Sonya, who went straight into block here. There's a lot of auto attack damage dealers that we're seeing on the side of mYinsanity, so it makes a lot of sense for him to go from Shot of Fury away into block. There's of course Warpaint, that is another option that you could use at some point, but in this case, that's what they're currently relying on. So right now, Nurok, Blumby, Splendor, and Hazops all the way down to the bot lane. We're seeing basically rotation from both of the teams between mid and bottom. Up to the top lane, it's Zagara doing her thing against Darkmok. That's why we currently have them rocking here. And heading on level 1, again the Lightning Bond taken. Electric Charge is another talent that has been taken a couple of times. For now, we are seeing still both of the teams, of course, aiming for a little bit of dominance in the early game. Maybe a slight experience leads through a kill. 1 minute and 30-40 seconds into the game, we're seeing the first shrine announced, and that's, of course, when both the teams are still trying to go for the extra talent before they start to get those minions down. Blumby is already there. Nurok is about to go in as well. Like, he really, really enjoys those games on Greymane. You can tell. He played the hero last week. He's playing him this week too. And we've seen him with a lot of different builds and adjustments here, but now after Blizzard has fixed the perfect aim, the talent doesn't do or doesn't cause like double damage on the explosions anymore. So now it's back in play. Li Ming banned out, Stitches because of that lag that or because of that that bug that can cause lag. There we go. For the teams, and yeah, he's banned out in this tournament as well, but everybody else is allowed, and this is of course one of those reasons why we see a lot more Greymane now here today. Darkmok up at the top, both of the teams close to level 4, starting to move in, a little bit more experience for mYinsanity, and they are going to try and take down this wave first so that they get the level 4 advantage over the opponent. Shouldn't really accumulate too much, since we're going to see the talent, yes, hitting it for both teams at the same time. And Venom taken for Thrall, early game pressure here, and whoa, Zarmany is about to fall. Nice move, Darkmok with the kill here, but he himself is in trouble. Where's that heal? Darkmok down, Rhaegar still on cooldown with the heals. It's a 1-for-1 trade now. but going for that early Envenom here helps, of course, with early game pressure, and that's what they were trying to do here. We're seeing at the same time now also Stormcaller taken, we have the Draft Overflow. We're seeing also again the Fire Devil, and the team's again in a position where we have mYinsanity getting a few more minions. Still, there's also Snowstorm now taken on level 4, and we're seeing the Envenomed Spines. The talents, of course, a little bit changed. These the graphics. Blizzard in one of the recent patches, in case if you haven't watched Heroes of the Storm the last week. So for now, we're seeing the team starting to go straight for the minions once again. There's already the jump in right away, and the kill potentially. No. Leoric gets away, but Rega is down. Rega is dead, and that's of course a huge problem. If you're losing your support this early in a fight, then you have a big problem, just like maintaining the battle and staying in the fight itself, and therefore on the temple too. So they have to retreat right now. That was the one hero that they couldn't lose, and in this case we're seeing the first Punisher going straight to the Sandwich Monkeys. The Sandwich Monkeys, they have been an amazing team over the last couple of weeks and months, of course. They've been playing together for a long time. They had a couple of changes in their setup now as well. Right now they're playing with Zarmini. Someone that you haven't probably seen with them, but there was a change to Google. Stür, for example, he switched from the Sandwich Monkeys over to Google looking for an Umbrella, a team that is already qualified for Katowice. Mopsio was dropped from the lineup, and therefore there was a spot open in the Sandwich Monkeys, and they decided to go with Zarmini for now. Let's see if it works out for them. They got the first Punisher, but they are losing Tacita now. Losing Tacita here, of course, another problem for them. Already in the mid lane, we're still seeing Nurok and Snow going up against each other, and they're trying to fight this out. But yeah, a very back and forth game here so far. A bit more experience for mYinsanity, thanks to the XP that they've been soaking on lane. But now we're having the Sandwich Monkeys trying to reach level 7 as well. As I've been saying before, like, they have been extremely strong over the last couple of weeks, and a lot of teams and like also of course like viewers expected them to qualify for Katowice already, but they didn't get the chance to make that happen in the first 3 qualifiers. Now this is the last chance that they got, and the newest addition to their team is definitely a very experienced player, but the question is, did they really get enough time to practice with each other to make this work now? Talents on level 7, in this case it's Blood and Thunder taken, so the cooldown reduction that you get after the Ghost Wolf attacks when you start to jump and leap in. We're seeing Sonya and Jaina taking a few camps on the map, trying to put some extra pressure on those lanes. And as already predicted, Ferocious Healing and also Rapid Incubation are being taken as the talents here. With the Tacita as a solo support, you want to have some extra sustain on the heroes themselves that help out with that. And in the case of Leoric, of course, we could have even seen him go into Austin's Renewal, but it is the Ghastly Reach on level 7 that we now see. Great, of course, for that AoE on the shrines themselves when you get a little bit more damage in and can maybe claim 1 or 2 more minions. Splendor is in position, taking another camp here. So they are also aiming now for their own camps. They still need to de-push the top, but that's where Darkmoke is busy with his Thrall. Went into the Wind Shear on level 7. We're seeing the Soul Steal on level 7 for Diablo, who oftentimes goes into a Battle Momentum, of course, on the level 7 talent. But in this case, it's all about the health, it's all about the hit point regeneration, it's about being as tanky as possible as the solo tank in the setup. Nurok again, following it through with the level 7 talent here now too, going straight for that cocktail build, and the next temple has been announced, so we're going to go straight for that shrine and going to see which team is going to claim victory to the Punisher this time. Same time also, Kala's Embrace now ready together with Leeching Plasma, so that's of course exactly what you want to have going into one of these fights. Darkmoke trying to like slow them down a little bit with a couple of Chain Lightnings. 20 of the minions have already been taken. That means that the Sandwich Monkeys have to kind of win that fight right now. If they really want to claim the Punisher, then they have to go in and make sure that they also take a few heroes, because the poke alone should be able to deliver enough minions for mYinsanity. Or will they? I mean, it's 23 versus 16, and now after welling up, here comes mYinsanity again. Nurok moving in, going straight for Leoric, pushing him back. Diablo jumping in deep, going for Jaina, and she is eliminated right away. Locked down by the Wolf. Job well done. And that was a great kill for mYinsanity, and they claimed the Mortar Punisher. And the early level 10 as well, with the Sundering, Apocalypse, Strafe, go for the throat, and we are also seeing Ancestral Healing for Rega now. Jumping into the middle, or into the bot lane, taking down the first gate, and trying to aim straight for the 4th here, whereas up at the top lane, Zagara and also Greymane are fighting it out still, trying of course to get that lane under control and the extra experience, and this fort is gonna fall. Great move by mYinsanity, very aggressive, very determined also to get the damage in. Now they are moving around again. Level 10 is now ready for the opponent too, so better not risk anything here. The Ring of Frost has been chosen, Wrath of the Berserker as well. We're seeing more, and also Tacita with a Force Wall, and again Leoric going straight for his N2. Keep in mind that Leoric is more or less the single tank here. Sonya, while classified as a warrior, is more of a bruiser at the front line and doesn't really have those tanky qualities that a lot of other tanks have, like Muradin, for example, or even an ETC. So Leoric has to be careful how he rules that front line. The shields are going to be important for that. And again, together with Sonya, they're trying to go for one of the camps. The Khaldor camp is down here, but there's a lot of heroes also available that could try and steal that away. mYinsanity is there, and we are seeing, at least for now, the Sandwich Monkey is not risking it. There's no real reason to do that. So it's level 10 or level 11 versus level 11 now, and we are still seeing an experience lead for mYinsanity after that last fight and them taking down the first fort of the game. So solid effort already on their part, playing this actually really well thus far. That being said, we're having also now with a couple of talents that we want to have a bit of a closer look at. For example, Conjurer's Pursuit here on Jaina. She also has 18 stacks. That's nearly 2 additional mana per drop, so that's quite important. If you're looking at Tassadar, we're seeing him at 15 stacks. You can always see them at the bottom left here when we actually highlight those. So those two heroes, the only ones more or less that really go for additional stacking talents besides Leoric, who's currently at 19 reanimation stacks. Camps taken again all over the place, and in this case it's only the Khaldor camp that's still available and stolen away by mYinsanity. They don't want to fight, they don't have Zagara with them, and they don't want to go up against this setup. Level 13 talents are very close actually right now for mYinsanity, and that shrine has still not been announced, so that could be perfect timing for them. Now moving down to the bottom of the map and going straight for another Khaldor camp, trying to claim this one now too, and this will bring them even closer to level 13, so now we're going to have that any second. Level 13 talents, the Unfettered Assault again for Greymane, the preferred talent on 13 for Norok. We're seeing them also going straight into the tidal waves, cooldown reduction here for Rhaegar, and Frost Shot, full multi-shot build here for Vala, has orbs, not really a big surprise that he goes for it. It is the additional damage that you get on those minions in the fights. And look at that, Sandwich Monkeys, they're not going for the battle, they don't have the level 13 talent, they're just saying, hey, without the talent we can't really contest this, it's too strong, they have a spell, look at that spell shield on Diablo for example right now. Like, they know that Diablo as a solo tank is oftentimes a problem, even with a Thrall next to him. So they go into a super passive build on Diablo, and I'm loving it. I'm absolutely loving it. Diablo will have to survive in the late game, and that's one of the main reasons why we now see him go for the spell shield on level 13, where we see them also, of course, with that level 7 adjustment going into the extra hit point pool. It's going to be super important for them. Diablo is right now at 100 souls, as you would expect, so he can die and be back to business right away. So that is really going to help him. Max health bonus is therefore at 31% already. Oh, the Ring of Frost, trapping 3, fight starting, and look at Jaina once again in trouble using the Ice Block here. She has the 13 talent, but Jaina is dead and the rest of the team is being pushed back to. That Punisher just doing way too much work here already, and another fort has fallen. Mystical Spear has been chosen on 13. We also see now Mutalisk once again, and even the Ice Block could not save Jaina here, with Crushing Hope taken again and the Prescience for Tassadar. So strong talents here, very passive talents when we're looking at Jaina and also Tassadar. Still the standard here, of course. For Sonya, it's going to be a bit more mobility during these fights, but right now it's really tricky for the Sandwich Monkeys to get into these battles. They're always a bit behind, or they have to fight against Punisher as well, and it's really taking a toll, as you can see. There's still experience being soaked on all of the lanes by mYinsanity. It's a great move actually by them to split their team up like this. As long as they keep good tabs on where exactly the opponent is positioned, they should be able to even improve their lead in experience, but they need to make sure that nobody is getting jumped here. And that's why we are seeing shots like this, trying to just find out what's happening in the middle of the map. Where's the opponent? Are they rotating again? Are they trying to set up a trap? Are they trying to just move somewhere? If they would move as 5, it wouldn't be that much of a big deal. But right now, as they are trying to split over the map, they have to make sure that they always know what's going on. And here comes again the Sandwich Monkeys with 4 heroes trying to go for it. Nice trap against Darkmok. He's using the Sun Ring. Camp has been claimed. Darkmok is about to fall, and Rhaegar trying to keep them alive, but already, oh my god, they actually kill Snow. They kill Snow, and Darkmok survives. Snow is down. Oh, that was brutal. A 3 versus 4, and then they still lose a hero in the camp as well. Wow, the Sandwich Monkeys are in so much trouble right now. I mean, mYinsanity is playing a great game here. They are playing this extremely well. We're seeing them with the 16 talent, with the concentrated blast now, the extra damage. We have also Vala as safety measures here. Blood for Blood has been taken for her now. And at the same time, Diablo going full defensive here with the imposing presence, the Tempest Fury. And Rhaegar now most likely going into the shield talent. It's actually a bit surprising to me that he waits this long. He has a couple of nice choices on 16, but still the shield talent is the one that we've seen, I would say, in every single tournament so far. And there it is again. So once again, the Rising Storm for the extra damage against heroes. You get your stacks in there. Diablo, by the way, hasn't died a single time so far. So at this point, it's potentially another Punisher for mYinsanity, since we don't have the level 16 talent for their opponents. And right now, the only thing that can really be done for the Sandwich Monkeys is trying to poke from a distance or take that fight. And they have to make a choice. I mean, either they go to the top lane and defend against that camp, or they are going in and try to fight with a talent disadvantage. Either way, it's more or less a loss-loss situation, because that Punisher is going to push for the keep. And it looks very much like they're just like sitting around here trying to get the XP, and I just don't see it happening. mYinsanity is jumping out right now. They want the fight. Of course they do. They go in. Here comes the strafe and also Sundering. Oh, Jaina dead again. Can't really do anything. And with Zarming already dying, this is like a double kill once more. Sonya is down 2, and that is, of course, now 7 kills against 2. That's another Punisher as well. In the meantime, nobody rotated up to the top in time to really save the wall or anything else. I mean, for now, we are seeing the camp just going straight for the fort. ADRD is finally there to put a stop to that. Mid lane is being pressured at the same time now, though, by one of the Khaldor camps that the Sandwich Monkeys have been taking. But at the bot lane, now the pressure is still on. mYinsanity is playing a very, very great and controlled game right now, and they are really starting to move in with the damage. Sonya has currently died 2 times, and, well, especially Jaina had a really tough match so far. 4 deaths on her. That is more than half of the deaths of the entire team. So Zarmany really under a lot of pressure in this game. And not the best start for him on the Sandwich Monkey lineup, of course. We're seeing, in terms of damage, 100,000 siege damage already on the side of Greymane, and 31,000 hero damage for Vala, the top damage dealers here on the team. And when we're looking at the opponent, and we have with at least Tassadar 30,000 shields. So a lot of like shields have been dished out there. Job well done. And with the Leeching Plasma, Sonya of course can also get quite a few hit points back in that case. When it comes to like a hero damage, it's 21,000 Zagara that's still the top here. So Jaina hasn't really been able to deliver enough damage yet either. 14,000, that's less than Tassadar actually so far in the game. So pretty tough match for them. We're seeing level 16 talents now, and for now we are having once again the Numbing Blast taken. We're seeing Dimensional Warp, Brute Expansion, Nerves of Steel, and Imposing Presence. So maybe now they can start to take a few of those fights. They're fighting on even talents again, and that might be the chance or the opportunity that they need to really make a bit of a comeback happen. Because they are 2 levels behind, and they really need to win one of those Punisher fights, or at least drop a few structures. They haven't taken a single keep yet, a single fort yet. Oh, there comes again the attempt to go straight in. The Apocalypse was okay, but not great. We're having once again Zagara taken out, and this is like a bad, oh my god, that's a double kill. There's Sonya down, and that's the kill against now also Leoric. They're not even done with it yet. They're trying to go for Zarmany now too. He's trying to slow them down, but there comes the frost shot of Vala, and immediately they're jumping at Sport Billy, who is attempting to escape, but there is very little chance of that happening. Sport Billy is trying to move away. They know exactly where he is. So Tassadar is going to fall here eventually, and Jaina is still running across the map, trying to somehow escape too. But chances of that happening actually are pretty decent right now. Yeah, Bloom is looking at the wrong spot, so we have a quad kill happening against them, and with that now, they are, of course, in a world of pain. Level 19.5, already indicating that we're going to see a very early level 20 for mYinsanity. The top shrine has also now been announced, and that means that they are going to go straight for that with a level 20 advantage, and then they can go through the top fort and maybe even take down a keep. Great play here from mYinsanity and the Sandwich Monkeys. Yeah, struggling quite a bit. For them, it's actually like a very sad story if you think about it. Very, very aggressive and strong team over the last few months, and now that they have to qualify for Katowice, suddenly things are starting to fall a little bit apart for them. They were always close to qualify for Katowice, but they haven't been able to make it happen in the last 3 qualifiers. And here in the last chance qualifier, they went through the semifinals, but they could end up in the losers bracket. They need to fight back here. Double Bolt of the Storm, triple Bolt of the Storm has now been taken on Thrall, Diablo, and Vala. And we are seeing Rhaegar with a rewind, and at the same time now once again the Hunter's Blunderbuss for Greymane. Already the fort eliminated, and this is just like counter pressure. They are pressuring, they're trading fort for fort. They know exactly that they are pathing the way for the Punisher. Only 2 of the heroes are still looking at the Punisher there. And with them still having the vision on the 2 heroes that were at the bot lane, they know that there's no chance of anybody jumping them and trying to take them down. So very smart move by mYinsanity, trading structures for structures, pathing the way of the Immortal or of the Punisher. waiting for him to move in, and that is going to be a great fight for them right now. That Mortar Punisher is starting to make his way towards the keep, and this could well be the second keep in the game to fall. One has already been taken down to the bot lane, and they are not stopping now, are they? They're going straight for it. This keep is more or less gone. I don't think that there's any way that they can actually save this, not even with the Tacita shields there. They try to go for the Punisher, but the keep is already about to be eliminated. Yeah, it's mYinsanity. They are not kidding around here. Only question was if they are trying to go for core, and right now they don't really have to. They could though, but there's their Apocalypse a little bit early, zoning the opponent out. There's the Maw already used. All of the heroics are down except for Ancestral Healing and Greymane. Nice! That was a really good combo this time on the side of Team Sandwich Monkeys, and now they get their first kill, but they lose 3 heroes. No level 20 talent, and it is just brutal. Blumby is trying to get away here now too, and they could still start to jump on Zarmany, who's a bit far out there. Yeah, very unlikely that he's going to survive this. Sport Billy is also about to drop. It's an entire team wipe, and that is going to conclude game number 1. Great play here by mYinsanity. They have played an exceptional game. They're very low in hit points, and the Auric is going to be back, but I highly doubt that he alone is going to be able to stop them. Uses his heroic ability right away. Nurog is jumping away now. He's extremely low, but the rest of the team is already on it. Nurog actually dies, but I don't think it matters too much. Splendor, on the other hand, gets still attacked by that core. It's very low, but they might actually not be able to finish it. Splendor is there. That core does too much damage. They were too low, and they have to move away. BKB is able to push them back. Very nice kill against Greymane here early on, but I mean still, they lost all of their keeps. Every single one of them is down. They have level 20 now versus 20. Is that really going to help him? The Auric, by the way, has 39 reanimation stacks at this point. But yeah, the core at 36%. I guess with Greymane, they might have been able to take it down there. But now it's still like open, and this is still a brutal position. The thing is that it's not even about the Punishers anymore. You can, for example, just like set up a few heroes to go for a backdoor attempt now, and if you see that Sandwich Monkeys are going straight for one of the shrines, you'd simply backdoor. The core is so low already, and there's no mule in play. It's very unlikely that they can make any kind of comeback here. They're going to try, of course, and the only way that they can do this is by maybe going for a team wipe. They're trying to start a bit of a setup there. Talking damage, we have 157,000 siege damage on this point for Greymane, 48,000 hero damage. Oh, and Hazops has to jump away. That's a great kill. But the RD Zagara is dying too. They have to risk something. They have to really take a few risks, and that is exactly what happened there. They get the kill against Svala, but Zagara dies as well. Now they're starting to jump in once more. Nurog is already a little bit low, and so is Splendor. Heals himself too late, goes down, and it's still an even trade, 2 for 2. Both of the teams with 3 heroes still alive, but Asada has to move away. Leoric is low, so is Sonya. Sonya moving in again, she has the damage. Tries to whirlwind, but Blumby and Nurog going straight for her, starting her out. A nice swing to the head though, and it's again an even trade, and Blumby is falling, Tesla is falling. What is going on here? What's happening here? It's just like trade for trade the entire time. BKB is still back, tries to go for Darkmok, and this is insane. Like, Darkmok is still moving over here. And also Diablo is back, so they're trying to push this in even harder, and BKB, of course, he has to defend against the top lane now too. It's not going to make his life easier at all, especially since Zagara is, well, she's going to be back in a few seconds, so she can help. But Darkmok is now trying to go for the core too, and so is Diablo. They're really trying to finish it with waves here. I'm not sure if they can though. Well, Darkmok is down, he already is there, and Blumby has to move back, and it has been defended against again. But we still see the mid lane, and once the Punisher is taken by mYinsanity, this game is over. The Punisher alone can take it, so they need to move in and contest it. They have 3 heroes alive now. Jaina is at the bot lane. Zarmany is trying to at least burst these waves away, and that's exactly what we're seeing. But it's 13 minions against 0. BKB moves in, steals a few of them away, tries to at least, and now we're having them starting to go again for this move. Thrall is down for 30 seconds, keep that in mind. That's actually one of the problems that they have right now, with Thrall moving in so late and dying against the core. As the last person, Thrall is, him dying is a bit of a liability. Nice blink here, Hazops bolts away. But this could well be the first Punisher in favor of team, or the second Punisher actually, in favor of the Sandwich Monkeys. Backdoor attempt, can they make that work? Well, Tacita was trying, but they don't have to keep everyone at the shrine. So here, once again, the attack against Snow. 3 versus 1. Snow is in trouble. Mystical Spear. Saving it for now. 23 versus 21. And still on the shrine we have Leoric, and of course that bought some time. That bought a lot of time. That bought time for Thrall to be back in the game. That backdoor threat needed to be met by a rotation on the side of the Sandwich Monkeys, and now it's a 5 versus 5 again in the mid lane. Can they poke enough? 30 against 31, 32 now. They have 35, 36, they could go for it. Oh, the snipe again against Jaina. BKB about to fall, and mYinsanity, they want to seal the deal now. They can drop this. They are so close to getting the Punisher. Punisher is captured though by the Sandwich Monkeys, but they lose in the process to Sonya. And if they lose one more, I mean, even now they could just go in, and yes, AD already with a more attempt, but he won't keep himself alive. Down he goes. BKB is also going to fall. Splendor already on the move. So is Hazops moving in. Goodbye, and that's GG in game number 1. Also the kill potentially against Tassadar. Sportbeater doesn't even move anymore. He's just standing there. He knows that this is over no matter what he does. And therefore, the first game ending in favor of Team mYinsanity, taking the lead here in the semi-final of the winner bracket at the Katowice qualifier. Alright guys, they are pretty fast with the second draft, so we're going to go straight into game number 2. Once again, the reminder that Li Ming and Stitches are currently banned from the tournament globally. mYinsanity versus the Sandwich Monkeys, and we have game number 2 up. Tomb of the Spider Queen is the map now. And the Sandwich Monkeys, I mean, when we're talking about like picks and bans right now, Zagara oftentimes banned, Thrall is being banned, Rhaegar actually not receiving a lot of bans, but a lot of teams are still picking him as their first choice. So Sandwich Monkeys, they are currently down. They have to play with a new player here. Zarmany, by no means a bad player. He's definitely one that has been around for a long time, but the problem is that, of course, Styr just left them recently, and therefore they didn't have a lot of time to really practice with Zarmany, which is an issue. In this case, the Sandwich Monkeys actually banning Rhaegar out, saying like, yep, we don't want to go up against the Wolf again. I think today Rhaegar has a 50% win ratio. We've seen 2 games with him. He was actually like, he lost in one of them and won in the other one. For now, we have Thrall. Also, it's the hate against Orcs. I mean, like, these 2 teams are definitely preferring Night Elves, apparently. Yeah, Thrall and Rhaegar both banned out, and that, of course, leads into an immediate pick on Zagara. No doubt about that. I mean, Zagara is amazing on any map out there, but on Tomb of the Spider Queen in particular, she is great. Kael'thas, even though he received a few nerfs in the last few patches, is being also taken first, together with Greymane. mYinsanity, interestingly enough, at this point are already indicating that they are just like trying to make sure that they get their damage dealers. Jaina has been buffed, Kael'thas has been a bit nerfed, but still most of the teams right now prefer Kael'thas over Jaina, at least in the European scene. That might change in the future, of course, depends a bit, but we'll see. We have a chance that Cho'Gall is being played in this series, since both of the teams have done that in the past. The Sandwich Monkeys right now with Diablo, so the Apocalypse and more combination that we have, and with Diablo, of course, you can combo a lot more things as well. We've seen a lot of attempts already earlier today with Entomb into an Apocalypse, for example, which you can use. Diablo overall, just like very strong, even in the setup that we saw in the last game, he was very powerful there, despite the more passive build that has been chosen by Blumby. mYinsanity and the Sandwich Monkeys now, of course, also thinking again about that Cho'Gall a little bit. Here's that Jaina that we've kind of expected. As I said, she was a bit buffed, like a lot of her spells are now stronger. The auto attacks are doing less damage though. Blizzard in general wants to go the way that they reduce the auto attack damage on the mages, but instead they are just going to like buff their abilities a little bit more to change that balance a little bit. And it works quite well, at least so far. So mYinsanity, they have the next pick, so they could go into a pick on Cho'Gall here, of course. I'm mentioning it like over and over again because we have seen both of them play with Cho'Gall, and Cho'Gall has even been banned out in the last draft. The Sandwich Monkeys could do exactly the same thing again, because on this map in particular, mYinsanity has played the hero. They lost the last time that they played it, though. I think it was actually against Na'Vi where they did that. So for now, the Sandwich Monkeys with a ban on ETC. So ETC banned out, and now mYinsanity has to choose if they really want to go into a Cho'Gall. If they do, then that means that they only have one frontliner, and they decide against it, probably for exactly that reason. Johanna plus Uther is instead their setup here. There's also still the opportunity for the Sandwich Monkeys to pick Leoric as a counterplay, and they could have gone into a Charism too if they wanted to. Both of these heroes are extremely strong against Cho'Gall, so that's a pretty good reason not to go for it right away. We have with Sonya and Thrall banned out, like most of those bruiser types already eliminated from the match. But now the Sandwich Monkeys, they need a healer. They need also, there's that Leoric. That's the Leoric that we've already been thinking about. Like, imagine, like, think about it. It works so well. The entire setup here. Potential Ring of Frost, Leoric Entomb, Apocalypse after that, and more. There's so much area, heroic abilities that they have that they can combo with each other. The Apocalypse, the Ring of Frost, the Blizzard, Cone of Cold, Zagara Maw, Leoric with the Entomb. It's actually, like, really great what they have in terms of synergy. So the wombo combo potential is there to just, like, burst targets away, and that works incredibly well for them right now. And mYinsanity, they have to react to that. Sandwich Monkeys, they need still a healer. They could go into a Charism here, of course, if they really wanted to. They have the front line to do that, and the mobility there as well. We have seen heroes like Malfurion picked, especially in the North American scene, a lot more often. In Europe, from a few teams, like, he has made an appearance, but overall, Malfurion is still not as highly regarded in Europe as a Charism. As I've been saying, there he is. I've already mentioned that Sandwich Monkeys are most likely going to pick him up. I suppose that another option would have been to go straight into something like a Tacita, and I like that choice. They have done it in the past, and they do it again. We have a Kerrigan with Divine Shield played by mYinsanity. So they go into that super aggressive setup here once again that we've seen them play several times on Tomb of the Spider Queen. mYinsanity with the aggression, going full Kerrigan style here against the Sandwich Monkeys and running that with an Uther for the Divine Shield. So a little bit old school as well, having the Uther back in place, since he's still one of those heroes that Europe doesn't really value as highly as, for example, North America does. Then again, Rhaegar was banned out, but other options would have been like Tyrande, Tacita. In this case, it is Uther plus Kerrigan that they rely upon. Game number 2 coming up right now. Tomb of the Spider Queen is the map, so let's find out which team is going to take it here. Game number 2 has started. It is Tomb of the Spider Queen, mYinsanity in the lead against the Sandwich Monkeys. And again, to the left side of the map, no surprise there, Greymane. Every single game that we've seen from the Sandwich Monkeys, from mYinsanity, they play Greymane. This game is no exception. Nurok on the hero. We have Hazops on Kalthas, Blumbi on Johanna, Darkmok on Kerrigan, and Splendor on Uther. So the Kerrigan and Uther combo here for mYinsanity. And on the side to the right, we have in blue now Zarmany, or in the game in red, we still have that slight bug in the UI where when you look at the tab at the beginning of the game, the colors are swapped, so don't be confused by that. Zarmany on Jaina, Snow on Leoric, we have BKB on Diablo, ADRD on Zagara, and Sport Billy is playing Charism here today. So the game is starting up, Ravage build already for Kerrigan, and a bit of an attempt to go for a kill here. ADRD is of course the target that they would love to get, but he's already moving away. Very few adjustments actually in the build. We have for now on level 1 take a Knight take spawn. We're having at the same time now also once more Soul Fuse, we see reanimation. Most of the talents that you would expect here, but already the aggression in the middle of the map. Snow moving back here, Zarmany again on Jaina. The last game he had a pretty rough match there actually. And let's see if this game is going to be a bit better for him. For now, though, is the rotation between the middle and the top. Once again, Kerrigan is at the bottom of the map. We've seen that already once. Darkmok has actually been doing a pretty decent job with that. They really like to play Kerrigan on this map in particular. Of course, if they can, with an Uther. But Darkmok, with the heals that he has on his Ravage, he has been doing a pretty solid job also against the Zagara. They've been playing exactly this setup just recently, and it has been working out for them. So now it is that start at the bot lane. For now we also have, like, in the middle, again, these rotations happening. Very few talents actually that rely on, especially of course, like the globes of generation. We have Uther with Conjurer's Pursuit, we have one on Jaina, and we're seeing Leoric with the reanimation, so those are probably the most important ones. Maybe disregarding Leoric for, Diablo for a second, who of course wants to have his own stacks, not only for his trade so that he can revive a little bit faster, but also since he should Soul Feast on level 1 for the extra regeneration. He's currently at 22 souls, which is going to help him a little bit more, but the whole idea is, of course, to make that 100 as soon as they can. So, for now, with all the wave clear that they have, they're actually seeing pretty nice numbers already on the side of mYinsanity. Slightly in experience here, nothing too fancy. Keep in mind that this is the winner bracket that we're currently looking at, so there is actually a loser bracket. If you lose the series in the winner bracket, you drop down into the loser bracket and you have another shot of making it happen. Already the attempt to go for Splendor. Oh, in tower range, that's a problem. Extra damage against heroes since 2 patches ago, and yeah, Splendor is down. First blood in the game for the Sandwich Monkeys. Job well done here. And we're seeing them, of course, starting that rotation again. Now they have a bit of map control going for themselves that they can use since they have a numeric advantage. The early level 4 is helping too. And down to the bottom of the map, Kerrigan has to be careful. And she is. Darkmok actually with 8 gems, playing this solid We're seeing in the middle of the map, Nurok being pushed back too. They also have level 4 now. The fealty on the death has been taken for the Auric, and we're seeing pretty familiar talents also for the rest of the team here. I mean, with Draft Overflow now, we're seeing also another one taken. Sport Billy still like dashing in a little bit, dishing out the damage, zoning the opponent out, pushing them back. And in the case of Uther, it is the protective shield on level 4 that has now been claimed. Whereas Karazim went straight into his own level 4 talent for support. He went into the healing ward instead and can help with good positioning quite nicely here. On the map too. At the bottom lane, still Darkmok versus ADRD. We're seeing up to the top of the map. Bloomby with an attempt to turn in. Oh! Is actually cancelled. Last moment move here. Well done. Sport Billy actually with a great timing, as Diablo was already stunned out, so he had to dash in, and he did very well with that. Well, at the same time now, though, we have still both of the teams. Like, this is actually like a really close match so far. Very few kills early on. Both of the teams just like really trying to look for an opportunity to maybe get a kill in, or get anything done here. But right now, it's looking pretty even. Even a slight lead in experience for a moment now, though, for Team mYinsanity. The attempt to stop Lumbi, not really successful here. Trying to move in for that. But yeah, that didn't really work out. And once again, they're going for Darkmok, trying to get the kill in there. But yeah, that in this case at least did not quite work out. Over, Kerrigan actually down here. Yeah, sorry guys, I'm actually like, I have to cough like crazy. That's why I missed that Kerrigan kill. As I said, I'm still a little bit sick. And I was even thinking about cancelling the cast today, so yeah, my apologies. So that's why I missed the Kerrigan kill there. But yeah, Kerrigan got killed, or I didn't talk about it, I think it was still on screen. Kerrigan got killed here, so they make the rotation happen, it works out for them, they get the second kill and still a slight lead. And now they have the first Web Weaver wave too. So with that, we're having Web Weavers coming in, level 7 a bit earlier, pressure on the lane. Lot of self-sustain now too with Austin's renewal, with rapid incubation, we're seeing the Echo of Heaven, and we have also an adjustment with the Icelands now for Jaina instead of Frostbitten, which is such a powerful talent and oftentimes being used instead. Rest of the setup here, also now even a cleanse taken for Uther. They're starting to move in now, so though against BKB, Diablo is about to fall, he has 100 souls, he is going to be back, but that of course helps to just, if they get another kill, that would be great. If they get like 1 or 2 kills here, that would be amazing. 1 kill against Diablo is already good to take a bit of the pressure, the pushing power away from the opponent, considering that the Web Weavers are now in play. But now Johanna is down as well, and they're going for Sport Billy next. This is mYinsanity with a couple of really great moves here. Sport Billy survives. Darkmok is still there though, and can go for ADRD, and he does, and takes her down. 23 of those gems now on Darkmok. Yeah, well, there's the kill against Uther though, so it's more a slugfest than anything else. A decent trade here for mYinsanity, but they still have to, of course, to deal with the Web Weavers themselves, and that's something that's a little bit tricky for them. So they start to go for the Web Weavers, but there's already a 4 to be eliminated, and this is starting to become a massive lead now for the Sandwich Monkeys. The fight started out quite nicely, but now they lost so much time that the Web Weavers had an opportunity to go through all of those towers at the top lane, the gate in the mid lane, and the entire fort at the bottom of the map was lost as well. So they're a level behind now. It started off with a really nice kill against Diablo, and then even the follow-up kill against Johanna, but they lost too many heroes themselves, so they couldn't really capitalize on it. Usually the idea here was really to just like eliminate a target and then go straight for the Web Weavers, but because the fight dragged on for so much longer, it couldn't make that happen. Darkmok like a bunny on speed, just hopping from one minion to another with this Ravage, taking them down there. And now they attempt to turn in. If they can make that work before level 10 is there, that would be great, but of course that's exactly what the Sandwich Monkeys are trying to prevent as they move in now for another potential kill. They want the level 10 and they're going to get that soon. Zarmany is turning in again. They don't have the gems that they need just yet, but they're close. And if they get the second turn, that would be brutal for mYinsanity. Here come the heroics. Maw, Entomb, everything that we anticipated in the draft. Ring of Frost as well. We have the Palm, and we're also seeing, of course, Apocalypse that has been chosen as a wombo combo combination. So this is really great for them. I mean, with this setup that they're currently running, they have a lot of potential of what they can do here. They can run into... I mean, they can start this off with a Maw, they can start it off with an Entomb, it doesn't really matter too much, and then they just like drop the Apocalypse, they drop the Ring of Frost, the Blizzard, the Cone of Cold, all that damage in, and that's the whole idea here of the setup that they're running. We've been going over this already during the draft. As you can see now though, we still see mYinsanity very defensive. They have to be. They have taken one of their camps that buys them a little bit of time. They need level 10 and they're trying to be as defensive as they possibly can. And if they can prevent the second turn in, but I don't think they can, that would be amazing. But nope, there it is. The red Web Weavers are descending. mYinsanity is in a really tough spot right now. I mean, like, you can say they're in deep shit at this point, because this is now level 10 versus level 10 any moment, and things are going to look bad once the second Web Weavers move in. If they get an early kill, that would be great. We have the Omega Storm taken, or well, Maelstrom first of all. We're seeing Divine Shield now, Blessed Shield, Phoenix, and go for the throat. But here come the Web Weavers on 3 lanes, and this is going to be the second Web Weaver wave. This could bring them to level 13, actually, if they get enough damage done. So the Sandwich Monkeys, they are really starting to rocket here. Bot lane being pressured, top lane being pressured. We have those Web Weavers everywhere. Mid lane just poking from a distance the entire time. Web Weaver is about to be destroyed. Phoenix comes in. Here comes Dartmok, misses the combo. Does not get the stun against ADRD. Here comes the healing ward in the backline. Healing more or less ADRD alone. Everybody's starting to move into the healing circle a little bit. It's taken out eventually, but has been able to dish out quite a bit of health here. Very well done. Top lane pressure still ongoing, and this fort is about to be eliminated. And let's not forget about the Web Weaver at the bottom of the map. Already going straight for that tower. Top lane pressure now. Here comes Sport Billy. Mid lane fort eliminated. That's extra experience for them. They move to the bottom. They're trying to go for another kill. Dartmok moving back already. Bloomby alone. Everybody is there. At least we're looking at the Sandwich Monkeys. We're still missing a couple of mYinsanity players, and they're just now making their way down to the bottom of the map. But they are starting to come in any time. Nice lockdown against 2. Carrigan! Dartmok with a great play, but the wombo combo is starting off. The Maw and Entomb at the same time. Diablo down by the double kill against mYinsanity. Carrigan and also Greymane are toast. And now they move in again. Splendor is about to fall too. Even with them screwing their combo up a little bit, the Sandwich Monkeys are able to make it work. Entomb and Maw were dropped at the same time. That's of course never ideal. You don't want to use that on the same targets, but they still made the combo happen, and they got a triple kill as a reward, and the entire wall in the middle of the map. They can't even move down up to the top if they want to and attempt to maybe go for a kill on the fort here to secure extra experience. But they have the level 13 talent already. It's 7 kills against 3. The Sandwich Monkeys, they are back to business here. After that first game that was dominated by mYinsanity, they're looking at a great second match right now. Once again, 13 talents here. Firestorm taken, Crushing Hope, we're seeing Mutalisk and Relentless, and now it's time for another turn-in attempt. That's at least what they're going to try and do, but of course at the same time we're seeing mYinsanity with enough gems to get their first Web Weaver wave. The only question is, can they get close enough to that turn-in spot? That's what they need to try and do. Sneak that in. Move somebody down to the bottom spot when they see the opponent up at the top. Try to sneak that in, get that turn in, and just get a little bit of pressure relief from them. But right now there's very little that they can actually do. They don't know where the opponent is. The map control is fully in the hands of the Sandwich Monkeys. And they are doing well here. They turned in again, but they don't have the gems just yet. They have a few more, but they go for more experience first of all. The fort has to fall, and that's what they do. Dartmok at the bot lane, pushing of course, trying to get a few more gems for his team so they can turn them in. And Sandwich Monkeys, they are looking at the boss. They want to go for it. They're saying, guys, we have a chance here. Let's go for the boss and take it. And that's exactly what we're seeing. How are the Blues reacting here? mYinsanity is starting to move top. Nurok is double checking. They might be a bit too late. The heroic abilities are up. They can be zoned. And this is going to be boss, and they don't even have the time to turn in anymore. Wow, that's brutal. Yeah, here's the Entomb. Better safe than sorry. Blocking the entrance. Boss has been taken. And now there is no chance anymore for mYinsanity to use that time to turn in. They could have actually tried. They could have tried to sneak in once they realized that the boss was there and go for the turn in, but it didn't work out, and now they have to fend against the boss. But they have the level 13 talent, and that means Khaldor's Chain Bombs. Chain Bombs in play. We are seeing also now Eviscerate taken after clean kill and siphoning impact, so going straight for the Ravage build. And with the Chain Bombs, the Unfettered Assault also now ready, plus a Spell Shield on Johanna, going into a Conviction on level 7 here for her. Teams are moving in, a 2-level lead for the Sandwich Monkeys, and we have the boss going through the wall, trying to go for the well too. And in this case, it doesn't really work out too much. Dartmok jumping from the left to the right to the left the entire time, just like dashing in. But here comes another turn in now for the team in red, and they are doing well here. They don't have another turn in just yet. It's fight on even talents, and that's the opportunity that mYinsanity was waiting for. They were waiting for a fight on eye level so that they can turn in. Bloomby wants to get rid of those 33. Hazobs has 27, but the poke from a distance is there. And once level 16 is going to be reached, there is going to be a talent advantage, but Hazobs, he makes it happen. Goes in. Leoric was trying to move down to the bottom of the map. That didn't really work out for them just yet, but the Sandwich Monkeys, of course, they're way ahead in this game. So for now, It's all about the web weavers now. Can you push the opponent back, gain some experience, maybe drop a few structures, make something happen there, and ideally do it before your opponent hits level 16 so that you can hit that team fight if you really want to. That's what they're currently trying to do, and we're having them already starting to move over. The web weavers are in play. Very, very passive, of course. I mean, the waves were like pushed back so far. They have to help the web weavers right now to really get the potential for some pressure, but already the one in the middle lane has been taken down. Yep, Sandwich Monkeys are there, trying to claim that victory. Up to the top lane now, we are seeing the Web Weaver starting to push in too. But the level 16 talent is now there, and well, with the level 16, it looks very much like this is going to be a bit too much to handle for them. Web Weaver at the bot lane is the only one that's still alive. And is mYinsanity really taking that fight? No, they're not. They are not. Leoric in this case, since we have a double tank, is also not going as passive as it did before. Rampage now taken as the level 16 talent. So remember the build that they used in the game before, as Leoric was the, Diablo was the only tank in the game. Very, very passive build here. This game, it's a little bit different for them. We have 36 reanimation stacks, by the way, on Leoric now as well. So he's already hitting a pretty solid number there. They can start to come back in a few seconds. Karrigan jumping around again, trying to go for a kill. They still don't have the extra talent. Bloomby is caught, but only Johanna using the Iron Skin, moving away. Bloomby in a bit of trouble. Needs to be careful here. Divine Shield is still out and has been used. Divine Shield out, but Johanna still on the run. Diablo, can he charge in? They're trying to help him out. Bloomby once again healed, and Diablo can't get a hold of her. Once again, it's Zagara that is a bit of trouble. There comes the Apocalypse, and Karrigan is dead. More into Apocalypse, Karrigan's demise, and now Nurok is on the run too. From the side, Zarmany is flanking in, uses the ice block for a second as he's in trouble, but he slowed everybody down and they're attempting to go for another kill. And they isolate Nurok. He jumps out though, he still has his jumps up and therefore is able to escape here. But we have, again, a keep at the bot lane more or less exposed. They don't even have to go for it. They have 20 gems now on Snow alone. So they take the camp first. Sportbill is already moving towards the turn and spot, or at least he can. Snow can go in too. They can get another Web Weaver wave, and they have those lanes pushed quite nicely. So the Web Weavers are going to threaten the keeps immediately. And that's exactly what they need to do here. Great play here by the Sandwich Monkeys. And this is exactly the style of play that we've been observing from them over the last couple of months here. They've been dominating most of the qualifiers. They've been playing incredible games at the end of the Storm. Also, of course, at the Blizzard qualifiers here. But it was never really enough to qualify for Katowice. Now they have an opportunity to go to the Winner Bracket Final. It's only one more. If you take this best of 3 series here, then it's only one more match that you need to win to qualify for Katowice directly. And both of these teams are very, very eager to make that work. It's the first massive tournament that we have in 2016. And of course, it's only the regional qualifier. After that, we even have the finals in Korea at the beginning of April. But for now, the teams are, of course, hoping to attend the finals in Poland first. At this point, everybody is moving into the mid lane again. Zagara actually poking a little bit at the minions down to the bottom of the map, trying to help the Web Weavers getting a better position here and moving in faster. Nurok at the top lane is already attempting to at least defeat one of the Web Weavers. He's doing pretty solid work here. Overall in damage, Nurok, of course, once again with very, very solid siege damage. 117,000 Kalthas, but Nurok at 95,000 for Greymane. When we're looking at the hero damage in particular, Kalthas with 40,000 in this match, doing solid work. Nurok with 31,000. Pretty good as well, but can't chase as much as he usually wants to do with this hero. So that's one of the problems that they definitely have here. But the fight is going on. 16 versus 16 talent for now. Once again, Nurok jumps in. Zarmany is pumped, and they're starting to move away. The Maw is there. Apocalypse is hitting, and it's hitting hard. Diablo is already down. Zarmany is about to fall as well now, though. And it's double kill. mYinsanity is suddenly starting to push this back. They haven't lost the fort yet, or lost the keep yet. And here comes the kill against Zagara. Triple kill for mYinsanity, and they're not stopping there. They're trying to go for Leoric. Snow is going to fall. That's 24 gems on his end that he would lose here too, and he's losing all of them. Sport Billy is catching a few, but not all, and now Sport Billy also, of course, in a lot of trouble if he goes too deep here. They are a little bit low, mYinsanity that is, but they are not as low as you would like to engage against 5 heroes. So once again, 16 talents here, save mYinsanity for now. They go for BKB again. They miss everything. Stun, Hazard with the Gravity Labs. They miss them. They try to move in against Sport Billy. He has Relentless, and that keeps him alive here. Great play by mYinsanity, but can they really come back into this? They're trying to go for another turn-in, and they succeed. They turn that in. But look at the position of these waves. This far back is where we are going to see the Web Weavers, and up at the top lane, it's very much the same picture. Darkmog is trying to take all of it down before the Web Weavers descend, and he is able to make it happen, so that secures them a bit of a better position here, at least for now. But still, this is one of those fights where they have to make sure that they get something out of it. They need to take a few structures down, they need to go into another engagement. It's even talents, it's now or never. Really, now you have to fight. If you want to make it happen, then you have to do it now. Norok is jumping in, they're trying to go for BKB. Already they go straight into the Shrink Ray. The Darkwalk is also ready now in the mid lane. Only Kel'Thas trailing behind him a little bit. Hazops is on the move, gets healed by Splendor. He was really low there. Splendor, of course, with Benediction 16 now, that helps him a lot. They're going in again, and always that poke from Norok. Always hitting those cocktails and hitting them hard, and that drains the hit points away from Team Sandwich Monkeys. Yeah, Karazhan is helping out as much as he can. Yeah, they jump for Zagara. They gets the palm. The palm saves her for now. Ring of Frost in play. Apocalypse is ready. Could be used now too. The Maw is not hitting anything here. Greymane is dead. And with Greymane dying, this is starting to be a turnaround again. There comes the Apocalypse, and Kel'Thas is barely dodging it, but they go for Darkmog now. Kerrigan is low, gets healed, jumps away, trying to heal herself, but she's dying now too. It's a 5 versus 3. BKB was low, so was Sport Billy, but now they go straight for Bloomby and for Kel'Thas as well. Kel'Thas is already dead. Bloomby is about to fall too. There is no escape, and this is the wrath of the Sandwich Monkeys. They go in for the kill, and Snow is hitting Johanna out of the park. A big hit to the face. Splendor might fall as well, and that would be the end of the game potentially. They can go through at least the keep. They might be able to end the game here, but they have to, like, if they don't end the game, they can at least take 2 keeps, if not even 3. But they might just go for the quad. 6 seconds on Greymane. They have 32 until Kel'Thas is back. 17 for Kerrigan. That's more than enough time. They have a level 20 now too, with the Storm Shield already chosen for Karazhan for the extra sustain. All that he needs here. And yeah, Nurok is the only one, and well, guess what? Nurok is dead. Norok taken out. This is the comeback. 6.5 out of 10. Sandwich Monkeys coming back into the series, making it happen here. We are going to see a third map between the Sandwich Monkeys and mYinsanity here at the semi-final of the winner bracket for the Spring Championship Finals in Katowice. The final map, everybody, is going to be Dragonshire. So Dragonshire is going to be the map, and we're going to find out which team is going to advance to the winner bracket final, where they have a direct shot at the, well, finals in Katowice, of course. Falstad is about to be banned out. Yeah, once again, Rhaegar is oftentimes banned as well. We have actually, like, seen a lot of Zagara bans, and I'm a little bit surprised. This is actually a really difficult position for the Sandwich Monkeys. Dante, thanks for the resub, dude. 14 months. Wow. Cheers, bro. Thanks for that. But yeah, as I said, Zagara is like, the Sandwich Monkeys are in a really bad spot because they want to ban Zagara, but they also want to take down someone like Rhaegar, and they want to ban Thrall, which they ban out. The Jedi Penguin also with the resub. Thanks, bro. So we have all of a sudden like a lot of heroes available, and with that ban, now it turns around a little bit because mYinsanity, they pick Rhaegar, which is amazing for them. But now the Sandwich Monkeys, they can go into a Zagara, and I would be blown like away if they don't do that. She is one of the best heroes in Dragonshire at the top lane. And banning out Thrall already eliminated one of the few heroes that can really just like push her back a little bit. So Zagara, very likely for them. Together with the Zagara, they can now think about a couple of options. They can either go into something like a Jaina again. Zarmini apparently seems to be very fond of her. Or they can also like start off with maybe even a frontliner and or even like a healer. There's a couple of options of what they can really choose here. Falstad has excuse me. Falstad has already been banned out. Li Ming and Stitches, as I said before in the drafts, are currently not allowed in the tournament here today. But with Zagara already taken, so you can think about like going either into a very strong frontliner. We've seen the Diablo composition a couple of times. You can think about like going into more damage, for example. Kel'Thas and Jaina are both still available. Europe currently seems to really favor Kel'Thas a little bit more than Jaina, even though Jaina got buffed and Kel'Thas got slightly nerfed, especially on the Arcane Barrier and the Gravity Labs. But both of the heroes are still very strong. So that's like a style choice that the Sandwich Monkeys have to make right now, if they want to go into one of the two here. If you want to talk about the rest of the damage dealers, there's still Greymane to consider, which mYinsanity has been favoring throughout the entire tournament. So if you want to pick something away from them, then Greymane would be an option as well. There's also, and they seem to go for the Diablo combo. Zagara more into Diablo Apocalypse. As I said before, it's something that they have used in the last game. They've used it in matches before. But right now, this is definitely a very interesting setup that we have. And it would allow mYinsanity again to go into that Greymane play if they really want him. They have been playing with Kel'Thas and Greymane in the last game. They have been playing with especially Greymane in the matches before. It wouldn't surprise me too much if they go for the same start. But they, at least for now, leave Greymane out. So that allows the Sandwich Monkeys to maybe even go for a ban on the hero. You know that mYinsanity really wants to play Greymane, so if you feel like he's strong enough, then I can ban that out. Bernie. Hey, cheers, man. Thanks, dude. And another reference.
Oh, we hey Khaldor, oh, we ho Khaldor, Freunde sein durch Dick und Dunk Khaldor and Sen crew. Khaldor, ho 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 ho.
I already forgot again, like how the thing is called in English. In German, it's actually Captain Baloo, but I think in English it's Tailwind or something like that. Yeah, or Tailspin. I think it's Tailspin. I don't remember correctly, but yeah. Cheers, dude. Yeah, so Illidan is actually banned out right now. I mean, mYinsanity has been playing with Illidan, and Rhaegar is always a great hero if you're running with, especially like melee assassin. We have for now mYinsanity. So they banned Illidan, by the way, over the potential Greymane that I already pointed out. So Greymane could have been used here. But if you ban out Greymane and mYinsanity gets their 2 picks, and they pick, for example, Illidan plus Tassadar, then Illidan has like a massive amount of support. You have great play against Zagara as well, and ETC can be kept alive too. So that's one of the risks, of course, that Sandwich Monkeys would have run if they went for Greymane. So they decided instead to ban Illidan out, one hero of that combo. I could have seen a ban on Tassadar as well. I suppose you don't really need Tassadar to run Illidan here, so they just said, okay, for us it's really more a problem of like going up against the melee assassin of that strength, so let's get rid of him first. The Sandwich Monkeys, they have still the opportunity to take Tassadar themselves, which will of course make Zagara's life a little bit easier here, since Tassadar has still that counter play with the Oracle. And the Savage Monkeys, that's why they didn't ban Greymane. They themselves say, hey, okay, we pick Greymane this time. We're not going to allow you to pick that hero, so Greymane is going to be taken for us now. And yeah, that's exactly what they do. So that's a lot of siege damage for them as well. And of course, lane pressure on Dragonshire is incredibly important. The more you pressure these lanes, the more you push them back, the easier your access to the camps and also to the shrines is going to be. So, with Greymane already taken, Tassadar is still an option. Could go for that. If you want to go for like a more solid heal at the front, they can still think about that charism that we've been talking about in the last game as well. Looked pretty sweet what they actually pulled off with him. Leoric, a 2 now. And this is, again, a lot of wombo combo potential. Without that Jaina that they've been running in the last game, so they don't really have as much of a burst follow-up damage as they did before. But they still have like these stun locks that they can utilize. With Zagara more into Apocalypse and Tomb into Apocalypse, like combo all of that off as well, so that works for them. mYinsanity now, they first of all need to decide if they want to have another frontliner. If so, then they could go into a Muradin, for example. That would still be a very nice choice for them here. Very strong at the front, of course. Leoric is there. They actually do it. I was thinking about it earlier, but I thought, like, yeah, there's no way that they're actually going to do that. Chen as a Zagara counterplay. Chen is one of the few heroes that can really bully Zagara on lane, and they are going straight for him. Play traditional with double tank, double damage, and also a single support here. So a Chen against Zagara. The cool thing about Chen is that his Q is finally fixed, so if you like jump in, you actually land behind the target. Makes kegging opponents into your team so much easier, even though, of course, in this game, in a competitive environment, we would still expect Storm Earth and Fire to be taken. Sandwich Monkeys. We've been talking about charism. Looks like they are really going for it. I'm liking it. The Panda, the Drunk is in play again. Like, Chen is always fun to see. Chen plays are always kind of fun and cool. Personally, I can absolutely acknowledge that Storm Earth and Fire is a strong heroic ability, but I definitely know that Wandering Keg is the one that is much more fun. And they go into a Tyrande as their heals. Look at that, solo heal Tyrande, so they have Diablo with Tyrande for the lockdown. No charism, which would have been probably putting better numbers on the board. But with that, they can first of all burst Chen down a little bit easier. They have the stun against ETC, so as a counter play, that actually kind of works what they are trying to do here. Now, Tyrande has a little bit of a tougher time now as a solo support than she did before, but it can still be played. And you have also the Owl that can interrupt the channels on the Dragonite statue in the middle of the map. So overall, very solid setup here. depends a lot on Tyrande now, so let's see how it's going to work out for them. This game is going to decide which of these two teams will advance to, not Katowice, not yet, but at least to the winner bracket final of today's qualifier. So, well, let's jump into Dragonshire and find out together. The third game takes place on Dragonshire. Dragonshire is our third map, and well, right now we are, of course, looking at the deciding game between the two teams here. We have a big fat panda also in the match as the secret weapon against Zagara. And I'm a little bit excited to see how these two teams are going to collide and who's going to take it. To the left side we have again mYinsanity with Hazops on Kel'Thas, Splendor on Rhaegar. Nuruk in this case is playing Chen. We have Blumby on ETC and Dark Mok on Arena. To the right side of the map, on the other hand, the Sandwich Monkeys, after the victory on the last map, they're currently running this with BKB on Diablo. We have Sport Billy on Tyrande as the last pick, actually. So again, the combo between the two heroes here. Snow playing Leoric, Zarmany stealing Greymane away, and AD is on Zagara. So again, a lot of wombo combo potential, so to say, on the side of the Sandwich Monkeys, even though they don't run this with Jaina this time, so they don't really have all that much burst damage, but they have Tyrande in their setup that they can use for the additional stun, which is always kind of nice as well. We're having also a bit of a scrimmage here in the middle of the map. At the same time now, once again, we are having the Season Marksman taken for Reyna. We're going to keep a close eye on that as well. In terms of like builds, pretty much the standard here, maybe with the adjustment that we have to talk about on ETC, the proc rock already taken here. So that's something that I definitely want to highlight, since oftentimes it's still the power slide talents that are being taken. As expected, Chen is taking the top lane, and Zagara is actually moving away from it, saying like, yeah, I'm not going to go up against that panda. That guy hasn't showered in weeks, and he stinks. So Zagara, she doesn't like Chen, we all know that. Instead, it is Leoric who's going up against Mr. Fluffy. So Snow and Nuruk up at the top lane here. That should be a pretty fun match here between them. Nobody should really die there. The Drain Hope against the Pandas, of course, not too bad. But yeah, that's going to be an interesting battle. Zagara therefore finds herself at the bottom lane, so that shrine should actually fall into the hands of Team Sandwich Monkeys like every single time. We're seeing again the Lightning Bond taken as the level 1 talent. So after Europe has been looking at Electric Charge for a couple of days, it seems like now the verdict is that Lightning Bond is in a lot of those compositions the preferred talent. But it's still cool that we have like slight differences between NA and Europe, and also in this case. Dark Mok saved by the bell and more so by his talent. So that was a close call. I actually thought he would die there, especially after he was slammed around once again. Cocktail build still for Greymane. It's a 4 versus 4, mostly down to the bottom. Actually, the Auric is starting to rotate between two lanes to get the extra experience, and Chen is currently just doing Chen things, chilling at the top lane and having a bit of a drink, so he can lock down that altar or that shrine for in a second. Hazops is in trouble. Nice gravity lapse, but of course it's not as strong as it was before. Hazops dodging everything, but at some point there's just no escape anymore. And now it might be that Rhaegar is gonna get body blocked. Look at BKB here. The body block of death and Splendor. He just gives up and he is just like, alright, screw it, you earned that kill. And yeah, indeed they did. And well, with two heroes down, oh, well, Khaldor is now on his way back, but they could actually go for the first Dragon Knight, and they're trying to go for ETC first, and whoa! The Sandwich Monkeys, what's going on here? These guys are pissed, apparently. After the loss in the first game, them being forced into a third map, they are really going all out with the aggression right now. The Willing Vessel has been taken now also as the level 4 talent. Interesting here. So the increased heal that you get out of it, everybody is currently trying to make Tyrande's life a little bit easier, as it seems. Having Envenomed Spines taken for Zagara could once again see the Rapid Incubation as the level 7 talent, and Fire Devil after the Soul Fist has been taken too. Dragon Knight in the middle of the map, dishing out the damage, and at the bot lane we're seeing a tri-lane with Sport Billy, AD, RD, and BKB, and they just drop another tower. They drop the gate too, and they are going for well in a second, and that is of course going to put so much more lane pressure onto the bot lane. Level 7 talents are ready now for them as well. They have an entire level lead here. Another Fire Breath by Zarmany, another 3 seconds, not going to be doing too much. Yeah, Austin's Renewal, Rapid Incubation, massive, massive support here, making sure that Tyrande as a solo healer is able to keep them alive. Tyrande was like one of the best solo supports for a long time, but Blizzard, they tinkered around with her numbers a bit, and now she's in a very good spot, but it's much harder for her to be the solo support of the team. So oftentimes when she is played as a solo support, we see additional sustain talents taken on the rest of the setup to make sure that she can actually make that work. So for now, the Sandwich Monkeys playing an incredible game here with an early Dragon Knight with 3 kills against 0 and a level lead against their opponents. Camps have been taken across the map. The Auric and the Panda up at the top lane basically Like, there's no real impact over here. I mean, both of these towers are still fine. The lane is completely fine. It's level 7 versus 7 now. The Panda, by the way, went into the Regeneration Master, Amplified Healing, and Brewmaster's Balance. Very standard. Instead of Amplified Healing, you can go into the Thrift Reflexes as well. It's more or less like a style choice of what you want to do. Since he's alone on the lane for, or will be for like most of the game, it makes his lane sustain just so much better to have the Amplified Healing here now as well. Since he combos also with the Regeneration Master. It's one of the cool things about having both of these talents, that you can get actually a massive amount of extra heal out of it. 30% out of every single one that you take here, every single stack that you get. That adds up to a ton of regeneration, especially in the later stages of the game. With the level 7 talents, we see now also again the Fission Bomb. Nice. Darkmog stopping the onslaught of Diablo. Yeah, Cold. Well done. But still, the Sandwich Monkeys in a super solid lead. At the top lane, Zarmany is now taking over for a little bit, and Snow is moving in as well, so they're really trying to pressure Darkmog right now. And this is just one of the things that is so absolutely cool about the Sandwich Monkeys. If they have a lead, they are going to make you pay. They are going to make you move back. They are going to take these little advantages, jump in and take down walls, take down structures, just make sure that they get farther ahead. And that could result in Dragon Knight number 2. I mean, they're looking already at level 10, and we are having both of these shrines active now once more, and that is a problem. At the bot lane, Bloomby is the only one up against Zagara, and well, we all know that Zagara is just super annoying to go up against in the earlier stage of the game. So they secure both of these shrines again, and they move into the middle, and this is going to be an easy Dragon Knight. mYinsanity can't fight here. They can't contest this. They can't move into the mid lane and try to just like drop him out of it, stop the channel. If they do that, then there's always Leoric around with a quick Entomb. There's always like the possibility of getting stunned again, and with now Entomb, Apocalypse, Shadowstalk, Maw, and go for the throw chosen on the heroes that they run here. They are in an incredible spot. They go straight through the mid lane and start to bully that down too, and it's amazing for them. There's another stun, and like mYinsanity, they have to be so careful. They don't even have level 10 yet, but they already lose a fort, and they might lose the one at the bottom of the map as well. The Dragon Knight is already starting to move over there, and Bloomby is attempting to just like dash behind the fort for now. The rest of his team is already about to help him out too. They will get level 10 in just a few seconds, but I don't really think that it's going to prevent this fort from falling. At least not if the entire team commits to it, and it looks very much like that's what we're going to see here. No, actually they move back. They are all assembled down to the bottom of the map, but they don't want to go. They go for Keck. I'm loving it. I am loving it. Keck is being used. One of the reasons why Keck was always a bit of a problem is that, of course, the jump on Chen oftentimes resulted in you like landing in front of the hero that you targeted instead of behind him. Now that that has been fixed, you are suddenly in a position where you can get so much more value out of Keck. Storm, Earth, and Fire is what we usually see. Keck is a little bit like a poor man's Hook if you think about it. You don't really have the range, but it's much easier to hit because you just like dash behind the opponent with your flying kick, and then you just barrel them into your heroes, and that is great. You can of course also use it defensively if you really need to, but that's always the fun part when you jump a Zagara like that, and then you just kick her into your own team, and she just gets obliterated. Yeah, well, Chen needs to be with the team for that though. Nice Hyperion, I'm liking it, but here comes the Ancestral Healing. Bloomby is still in trouble, has still been locked down for a little bit here. Here comes Chen, and the Panda is ready. The Panda is ready to keck it up a little bit. If he kicks it up a notch and gets one of the heroes here, would be great. Is he going to jump in now? Well, they don't really have the setup. At this point, it doesn't really help him too much. But yeah, there's again the stun against Bloomby. And here comes Zagara. Oh, he misses it. No, he goes for it. And the Apocalypse has been chosen, but Zagara is down. So is Khaldor though. And that's a problem, especially since Darkmog has to run out too. Bloomby is alive. God knows how he survived. And Darkmog is also escaping. Bloomby? Okay, they try to save Splendor. That didn't work. So now we have Rhaegar dying too. But Bloomby should have probably moved away regardless. Zarmany wants them. And he's starting to dart in, but he's a little bit late for that. So yeah, the Keck has been chosen. Guys, if you have never played with Chen and Keck, then I can only recommend that you jump into Quick Match and you give it a shot, because believe me, it is fun. Level 13 talents now, and with that we are seeing Firestorm, Overflowing Light. We have also now the Crushing Hope taken, plus the Visceral Attacks. Yeah, look at that. So for now we have the cooldown reduction. It's interesting actually. The Unfettered Assault has been a talent that Nurok has been claiming in every single game. Before that, we see most of the time the Own the Prowl, so that you can just chase targets down a little bit more. But in this case, a slight adjustment on 13 now, also on the side of Zarmany, and adding that to a setup. Another Dragon Knight now taken. Again, the same problem that we had in the last Dragon Knight. One talent down. you can't really engage into that. I mean, you can if you have to, but at this point they just figured, guys, we can still survive another Dragonite before our keeps are going to be really threatened. So let's make sure that we survive for now. Let's keep it safe, try to push it down as soon as we can. It's still an early one, and then everything else we can decide then later on. But they weren't really forced into the battle just yet. But of course, this is a really tough spot for them to be in now, no doubt about that. Once again, the bot lane is being assailed. And even though Hazorps drops the Phoenix, they are not impressed. I mean, they just move to the edges and they start to take down the structures here. So once again, Snow and his boys are moving in there. BKB at the front, they're waiting for the creep wave. The big part about the creep wave is that the keep will actually attack the creeps first, so the Dragonite's attacks are not slowed down. That's the reason why you usually send someone else into the range of the keep before the Dragonite moves in. The Dragonite does extra damage against siege, against structures, and therefore that's always what you attempt to do. Move someone else in, soak the shots, ideally the creep wave, and then the Dragonite is making his move and is getting that siege damage in, and yeah. So the keep is really low right now, but it's still in a position where it's alive. It's roughly half-half, maybe a little bit less. So we're having also now, after Prog Rock another one, groupies taken. We're seeing again the tidal waves here for the cooldown reduction. Chain bombs have been chosen, and Reina straight with a giant killer. Now is the time to shine. This is really when mYinsanity has to move out. You have to have the patience in Heroes of the Storm oftentimes. You have to be willing to give up an objective to have the chance to fight another day. And that's exactly what they're currently trying to do. Nurok is soaking the damage of the towers here. Chen can still very safely do that, thanks of course to his shield and trade here. And they're starting to go in to drop a few structures, get experience, and maybe force a fight. They of course don't want to YOLO in a battle right now, but they still want to make sure that they offer the opportunity for the opponent up to go into a battle. But now that level 16 is imminent, they are suddenly saying again like, nope, not gonna happen. Extra talent, nope, thank you very much. And by now we have also a double imposing presence, by the way, Leoric and also Diablo, so they are really respecting the damage that especially Reina with his auto attacks can dish out here. And Reina is currently, as you can see at the bottom left, on 22 seasoned marksman stacks. So he has a pretty solid amount here. We're looking at Diablo, he's on his 100 souls since he hasn't died yet. Looking at also Leoric now, 30 reanimation stacks, the bonus health regeneration of 45 that he has. And the big fat panda is on 19. That gives him 28, and then make that another 30%, so they're at roughly 40 hit points per second that he regenerates right now, which is actually very, very solid for him. So again, poke from a distance. Zagara is perfect for this. I mean, Zagara is really in a great spot here, making exactly that happen. Snow moves back. He might actually fall here. Snow might actually die. Well, there comes the Shadow Stalk to keep him alive. But they're jumping in again, and Nurok is ready, and they get the kill against Snow. Now, Pressure Point is most likely going to be the talent that Chen goes for on level 16, and then it's going to be much easier for them to chase targets down, since he can move in with the Pressure Point, just lock them down a little bit, slow them, and the rest of the team can catch up. His Relentless helps him against the stun combos that we're seeing from the Sandwich Monkeys, but mYinsanity isn't really done just yet. I mean, they're still far behind, and this 16 talent is a problem for them, especially now that the next Dragonite is going to be up on the map, but they have a chance to come back into this. So that's what they're currently going to try and do. Snow is now back and is attempting, of course, like to push the opponent back, kill the creep wave first of all, push them back a little bit. It's more about the bottom than anything else. Nurok is already lying in wait here. He wants to go for another Keck. If they can Keck maybe Zagara, and that would be great. Tirana would be even better. But they can't really make it happen. So are they letting this go as well? They don't have the 16 talent, and yes, they do. They let it go for now. I guess Nurok could try and just like push them back and buy a couple of seconds with his Keck. Not really something that you want to do, but they might have to if they really want to save the keep at the bot lane. Or they just accept that they're going to lose it, one of the two. But the Sandwich Monkeys, they had a very firm grasp on the map so far, on the map control. They've been doing very well with that. Chen is getting punted away. There's the Hyperion with a bit of damage, zoning them out for now. Nurok again on the move, not using his ult just yet. A lot of ults are actually still up here. Even Phoenix. Even Phoenix is still available. We're currently waiting for the Dragonite to move in. Now there's again Chen being kicked away. Leoric was just trying for the Drain Hold. That didn't really work too well for them. 16 not ready yet for the team in blue. They have to get a bit more experience here. Here comes Zarmany. Nurok is standing up at the front. Is he going to try and jump into the backline maybe? BKB is also getting extremely low here. Maybe they can Keck someone now. They have the chance, and yes, there it is. They go for BKB. Not sure if Diablo was the best target here, but they are going to get an easy kill. He's going to be back, of course, in a second. So, yep, he's going to be down, and there we have the level 16 talent. Now there's the pressure point. maybe the chance now. It's a 4 versus 5 down here. Diablo is on his way again, but if Chen can move in, Chen is actually down. Chen was annihilated. God, with Chen they could have really gone for the kills here. If Chen can move in, then it might make that happen, but now they're going to lose even more. The Kalthus is down. The Sandwich Monkeys, they are completely on the road. The kill against Diablo, I mean, like, if you think about Diablo coming back thanks to his trade, that was not the best choice. But if you think about it a little bit different, then it was actually a smart move. If you kill Diablo or any other hero, you get experience and you get level 16. Diablo is one of the stun heroes that you have. Eliminating him turns it into a 4 versus 5 for the duration that Diablo needs to revive and come back into the fight that took place at the bottom left. So that's actually quite a lot of time that Diablo has to waste here. If you use that time to kill more heroes, and the level 16 talent on Chen would have made it possible for that, then it's all worth it. The problem is that Chen got killed, and with Chen dying, you have nobody to really lock them down properly. If ETC doesn't get close enough to get a power slide in, then you just can't make it work. So in this case, they were trying to just run this with the pressure point, and that was just an option they didn't have after Chen died. It was a bit of a problem there. 2 levels behind, 2.5 actually, and oh my god, like for mYinsanity to come back into this is kind of brutal right now. mYinsanity is in a really tough spot. I mean, they were leading in this game. They led in the best of 3 series, and now they find themselves behind. We have now on Reyna, by the way, season marksman stacks at 33. This is really not too shabby. Like, he is dishing out some solid damage here. He's on 24,000, top damage dealer for his team right now, with Kalthus at 21,000, trailing a little bit behind. Diablo is currently, let's look at his soul stacks, he's at 17. So he has nowhere near enough souls that he needs for another immediate revive. If he actually dies, then he is going to be down for the count. I'm going to keep that up for a little bit so that you guys can have a quick look of what's going on and when he's going to hit his 100 again. As once again, level 20 soon, and we still have both of those shrines active on the map. And, well, we have one under the control of the blue team, one under the control of mYinsanity, but now the rotations are starting, and this is starting to become extremely dangerous. Hazop's already there, top lane Keepers Fall, level 20 is now ready, and with level 20 ready, this means Spectral Leech for the additional survivability of Leoric, Bolt of the Storm, Norok jumping away, and the Dragon Knight has been claimed in the middle. Bloomby and Darkmog weren't really able to like zone him out there, so Snow snuck that in. And this is a disaster. This could be game. This could really be game. They have level 20 talents. There's the heal on Splendor, keeps himself alive. But the comeback, where's the Apocalypse, has been chosen. The stun into stun, the double kill. Rhaegar down, and so is Reyna. This is game, and they know it. Down goes Norok, and after being 0-1 in this best of 3 series, the Sandwich Monkeys, they are showing their skills, and they claim victory in the series. They go in with the Dragon Knight, the level 20 talent. They have all the advantages right now. They won 2 games in a row. Very well played here. Great play by the Sandwich Monkeys, and they find themselves now in the winner's bracket. Even a mosh pit does not stop them. The Dragon Knight has a bit of a dance, and that's it, but this is game. Winner bracket, the Sandwich Monkeys, they reached it, and they have their shot at Katowice now, whereas mYinsanity drops down into the loser's bracket.
And that is it, everybody. GG and well played. The game's over, and therefore also the video for today here on KhaldorTV. We had another great Heroes of the Storm match, and I hope that you enjoyed it. Also hope that you enjoyed the commentary, of course. So thank you very much for tuning in today. If you enjoyed the video, make sure that you give it a thumbs up on YouTube. And of course, if you haven't subscribed to KhaldorTV yet, you should definitely hit that sub button as well. If you have some friends that like Heroes of the Storm, then definitely make sure that you show them the channel and also the video. There's a lot more where that came from. We're going to have like continuous content throughout the next few weeks with more Heroes of the Storm matches played, not only on the European server, but also on the North American server, in tournaments, in leagues, and more than that. So guys, once again, thank you very much for tuning in today. I hope that you had some fun. It was a pleasure casting for you, and I'm going to see you next time